Hello, my name is Amber Armstrong, and I will be giving my speech about natural hair. Um, this is for my communications class, and I chose natural hair because my hair is natural, so it's something that I'm passionate about, that I care about. So here I go. I want to start my speech by saying that everyone's hair is beautiful no matter what texture or color it is. This speech is about women of color and their natural hair texture. Women of color tend to have tighter curls, and we will talk about natural hair, culture, perception, and maintenance. As far back as the 1600s, Africans wore their hair in elaborate styles and maintained their hair with herbs and oils. Some areas of Africa wore their hair shaven, while others had hair that would grow beyond their waist. During the beginning of slavery, normal grooming practices were banned, and the texture of their hair had become not acceptable. And after slavery, they resorted to ways of straightening their hair to have what was considered good hair. I can remember being a little girl and was saying that I had good hair, or you got nappy hair, or it's no such thing as good hair or bad hair. It's hair. You either have really tightly coiled hair or you have loose coils. All hair is beautiful. It's all good. If you've got hair on your head and you're not bald, you've got good hair. In the 1800s, women would use chemical straighteners to make their hair permanently straight. We still use more improved versions of the chemical straightener today, which are relaxers. I had to sit at a stove when I was little, like on Sunday nights. I would sit at the stove and they put the hot comb on the stove, and you would get your hair straightened with this hot comb, and they had a grease on your scalp, and the grease would be popping, and you had to get your hair straightened so you could have good hair. Oh, and then when that became to be too much, like it was too much maintenance to upkeep the press, I would have a chemical straightener added to my hair, the relaxer. So that was the new thing for me. Being a younger child, we were putting relaxers in my hair. It has been a very long time that women have been altering their hair so it could be straight, so to be socially acceptable. Natural hair does not need to be straightened to be beautiful. It comes in all textures, kinky to curly, loose curls, tight curls, you name it. Blonde hair, brown hair, black hair, you name it. Natural hair textures can be challenges to work with. You need a lot of patience and consistency in order to have a length to your hair and have a healthy head of hair. Women who wear their hair in cornrows, ponytails, and dreads, you name it, women have done it to their hair. Women feel more confident and content when their hair is considered desirable. So a woman's hair is her crown and glory. Straight hair does not mean that you have good hair, and there's no good hair, only healthy hair. Others that may be in the workplace, school, or shopping places out in public, there people are more they're accepting to the natural hairstyles before, where someone else will just be ignorant to your hair texture. Now they're just like, oh, that's just so cute how you get that puff like that, or oh, I like how when you have your twists and your braids, it's very pretty. People are they're more accepting of it. And it's more empowering to be able to wear your hair the way you want to. You don't have to wear it straight to look presentable. There's a misconception that African Americans can't grow their hair long. That's false. Actually, like I said in the beginning, with proper care, Africans were wearing their hair down to their waist. Coily, kinky hair requires moisture, lots of moisture. Ways to retain that moisture and low manipulation. You can't always have your hands in your hair. Can't always be combing it and pulling on it and tugging on it and gluing on it, and can't do that. Tight braids and other styles cause tension on the hair that could lead to traction alopecia that may or may not be permanent. Alopecia, the temporary or permanent loss of hair coming from the root all the way from the scalp. Like I said, it may or may not be permanent. Alopecia can be like a disease, but in this case, it's traction alopecia, where the hair is being pulled so tight it's just being ripped straight out of your scalp. And so now you've got a smooth patch of skin there. With traction alopecia, the hair has been pulled so tightly that the hair follicle has been ripped out. Dry hair with no moisture will be brittle and break off, and length cannot be retained. Too much heat on the hair can burn it, destroying the curl pattern. Hair is dead once it grows out of the scalp. So when you do the damage to it, the damage is done. Like, there's no going back. You get your hair trimmed on a regular basis to keep your hair, to keep your hair free of the damage. You get as much as you can trimmed off. And in conclusion, natural hair is wonderful. And you can find natural hair in all different types of textures, colors, and it takes a lot of work to have your hair be healthy and natural at the same time. It's not, oh, I'm just gonna commit to natural hair. It's not. It's a process. It's a process because everybody doesn't like the way their hair texture looks, and they might not feel confident wearing it. And that's okay. If you choose to wear your hair straight, if you get your hair straightened on a normal basis, then that's perfect. But if it's not for you and you want to see what it's like living this fro life, then natural hair is wonderful. So I empower all women to be beautiful and to just love themselves and who they are naturally.